All right, today we're going to build something that honestly feels like it's straight out of science fiction. A program that can actually think for itself. We're going to go step by step, from the basic idea, through the Python code, and all the way to launching it online for the world to use. So, you ready to build your first AI agent? Let's jump in.
So let's just start with this question right here. I mean, think about it. We're used to writing code that follows our instructions to the letter, right? But what if that code could understand a goal, figure out all the steps to get there, and then just do it without you having to micromanage every little thing? Well, that's the incredible power of AI agents, and that's exactly what we're putting together today.
Okay, so what is an AI agent really? Let's just quickly break this down. Autonomous just means it works by itself. It perceives its environment, reading files, looking at websites, crunching data. Then it makes decisions about what to do next. And here's the most important part. It takes actions to get to that goal. See, that's the key difference. An agent isn't just a thinker, it's a doer.
Right. Before we can build anything, we need a plan, a blueprint. We have to understand the fundamental parts that all come together to make this thing work. So in this first section, we're going to look at the core architecture. What really makes an agent tick?
This slide really simplifies what seems like a complex system into 4 essential parts. The best way to think about it is like you're building a little digital person. Every agent needs a brain to think, senses to take in new information, tools to actually interact with its world, and of course, a memory so it can learn. This simple framework, it's the key to everything.
Let's start with the brain. This is a large language model, or LLM. You've probably heard of models like GPT-4 or Claude. It's this massive neural network that's been trained on just an unbelievable amount of text, which lets it understand and reason about the world. This is the engine that takes our goal, looks at the situation, and decides on the best next move. Honestly, without the LLM, the agent is just a puppet with no one pulling the strings.
So, if the LLM is the brain, then the tools are its hands. They're what let the agent actually reach out and interact with the digital world. You can give an agent a tool to browse the internet, another one to read and write files, or even a tool that lets it run its own little bits of Python code. This is what takes it from being just a chatbot to being a powerful autonomous worker. All right, we have our blueprint. We understand the pieces. Now for the really exciting part, actually putting them all together. Let's get into the build and see how Python basically acts as the glue to connect that brain, the senses, and all the tools into one working thing.
This right here, this is where the magic starts. Forget about super complex algorithms for a second. With the Python libraries we have today, giving your agent its mission can be as simple as writing one clear sentence, just like this. You're not telling it how to do the task. You're just telling it what you want at the end. The agent is the one that figures out the how all by itself.
And this slide really shows the huge leap we're taking. A normal script is like a train on a track. It follows a very specific path, and if anything goes wrong, it just breaks. But an agent, that's more like an all-terrain vehicle. It can make its own path, it runs on its own, and if it hits an obstacle, it can usually figure out a way around it to still get to the destination. It's a whole different game.
Okay, so you've built and tested your agent on your own computer. It works. That's awesome. But how do you share it? How do you turn it into a real-world tool that can run 24/7? Well, that brings us to our final big phase, the launch. This is where we take our project from our laptop and push it out into the world. Deployment can sound like a scary, super technical word, but the idea behind it is actually very simple. It's just the process of moving your code from your personal laptop onto a server, which is basically a powerful computer that's always on and always connected to the web. That's it. That one step is what makes your agent available to you or anyone else, anytime, from anywhere.
The path to getting your agent live is a pretty clear 3-step process. First, you test everything locally, on your own machine, until you're sure it works. Once you're happy with it, you deploy it to a cloud server. And that final step is creating a live API. Just think of it as a secure front door that lets other programs talk to your agent, give it tasks, and get the results back.
So we've designed the blueprint, we've built the agent using Python, and we've launched it out into the world. We've gone through the entire life cycle. So now let's just take a step back, look at the big picture, and kind of wrap up what this all means for you.
So what are the most important things to remember from all this? First, try to shift your thinking from just writing code to building these goal-oriented systems. Second, remember that Python is the perfect glue for this job. It connects the LLM's brain to its API hands. Third, Understand that deployment is what turns your cool personal project into a real-world tool. And finally, and this is the most exciting part, you now have the mental blueprint to go out and start creating your own autonomous agents.
And that brings us to one last thought. Just imagine, it's done. You've built it, you've deployed it, and it's just sitting there, live, waiting for its first command from you. Forget all the technical stuff for a moment. The agent is ready to go. What is the very first task you're going to give it?